Regarding the compulsory question, this girl is an acne student because of her specific educational support and because of her intellectual disability. And in order to give her the best answer to her needs, we're going to develop an educational response. First, with the actors involved, in which we have the tutor, which have a responsibility to organize the physical environment and provide audiovisual materials, and also the social aspects like inclusion. Then we have the teacher of hearing and language, that their goal is to guide and evaluate the prevention programs to stimulate language development in primary education. Then we have the therapeutic pedagogy, which focus on the student integration and exclusion with a specific need through direct attention, that if it is necessary, will receive support from the technical educational assistant. Then we have the guidance counselor, which is the one who directs the psychopedagogical report and will give support to the students and the family. Then we're going to talk about the measures in which we have the classroom, in which this girl will be situated in an ordinary classroom because she does not have severe disabilities. And in this physical structure will be established different divisions in order for students to know what to do and to have access to materials. Then we have the significant curricular adaptation involving a curricular change, taking into account the reinforcement of communication and social skills on a daily routine. Then we have the visual information, which will be used in order to help the girl know where to start and how to complete an activity in steps, giving her image, color, or labels that will develop characteristics like how to organize herself. Then we have the social skills, which the deficit in the theory of mind makes it difficult for students with intellectual disabilities to know what is expected from them in social situations. So we must work on basic social rules. And we have also PECS, which is a 5-stage program that has the goal to develop characteristics like use modifiers, answer question, comment, and use photographs and pictograms. Talking about the documents, we have the psychopedagogical report, which this girl is an acne student because she requires differentiation from the ordinary because of the specific need in educational support, but also an acne student because of her period of schooling. She's going to need specific educational support because of her intellectual disability. Regarding the school educational proposal, it is made by the counselor and is going to decide where this girl is going to be or go, which can be an ordinary center, an educational center, or an open classroom. But in the case of this girl, she is going to go to an ordinary center. Then we have the diversity care plan, which its purpose is to gather the measures that a school put into practice to meet the needs of the students, made by the professionals in order to foster principles like quality, equity, integration, and exclusion. And then we have the PTI, that in the case of this girl, which is an acne, because of her age, we are going to decide if she is an exceptional case and if she is going to need it, because it is an individual document. Regarding the optional question, the change from segregation to integration begin with the next couple of laws. First, the Public Education Law of 1945, in which they established the creation of special schools by the state, in which a student with special needs, until then, they were in health homes. Another huge change in diversity began with the General Law of Education of 1970, which created a special education classroom in ordinary centers. Then next, we have the Law of Social Integration of the Handicapped in 1982 that established the obligation in the administration to establish the school integration. Then next, we have the Ministerial Order of March 20 of 1985, in which the students with special educational needs become part of our reality in ordinary educational centers. Next, we have the LOCSE on 1990. In which teachers become part of everyone according to their needs and not their limitation, offering possibilities to all kinds of students and not just the one with disability. Attention for diversity was beginning to take into consideration with this law. It was an educational response adapted to the new needs of students. In fact, it abandoned the special education connections linked to the deficit model and started a comprehensive and inclusive educational policy. They forget about segregation and focus on create an open and flexible curriculum. Next, we have the LOE of 2006, in which continue the LOCSE principles, adding approximations in a comprehensive and inclusive model of a school. The law proposed a common education regarding the attention to diversity and taking into account connection between the different types of teaching. Next, we have the law of LONCE of 2013, in which appeared a new educational law that proposed to create an educational structure with options that allow the students to base their strength and aspiration. It is based on quality, equity, and inclusion. And it seeks to provide quality education to all citizens, ensure that our students reach the maximum possible development of their abilities, effective equality of opportunity must be gathered, and support the students and the centers, and furthermore, reconciling the quality of education with equity. Lastly, it also established that the centers must establish inclusive educational projects and also create a diversity care plan. Regarding part 2, I will mark myself with a 7 because I think that I followed the subject correctly and complete everything on time. And regarding the most important idea, it was creating an educational response. Because in order to do it, you need to take into account different variables, measures, documents, and actors, and you must understand the circumstance and disabilities of the child. And because you must choose different types of schooling, you must choose between ordinary center, special education, or open classroom, and take into account different documents like the diversity care plan or the PTA. Then I feel more aware about the importance of diversity. In fact, this subject has a purpose of letting you know the importance of attention to diversity, especially for improving the school experience of any child with any specific or special need. And making this video, I learned about the importance of knowing the different elements of an educational response. And in order to complete the compulsory question and all the tasks, I learned to manage the information in order to adjust it to the video.